What up, people? Welcome to episode 178 of the RGT podcast. Sorry for the slow start. We were just setting everything up for you guys. I see everybody in the chat. Good to see you. Blaze 4K will be joining us momentarily, but for now, we got the fantastic three of the panel today. We got our good friend Hunter, and of course, we got Red Hood 420. So I get these intros out the way. Red Hood, what's up?
Nothing much, it's an interesting week. We had one big breaking news that rustled some feathers within certain communities, and the fanboys were just crazy about it. I was like, damn, you just care about the list wars at the end of the day. But and then Wolf Among Us was the big one for me. I was like which I can't wait to talk about. And then we have the Direct.
Oh yeah.
So
the Nintendo Direct, yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
I had to represent.
Direct. Yeah.
Dude, I had to.
I forgot all about
Nintendo. Everyone knows that I'm a huge PlayStation fan, but man, I love Nintendo too. And Splatoon 3, Salmon Run, man.
Soccer.
You know what? I honestly, I bought this hat in Japan a few years ago, and like I can't wear it outside all that much because I mean, look at it. Like, who would you want to be seen wearing this in public? So I thought, why not, man? Why? This is like I'm at home. I'm chilling with my good buds here.
Oh Lord!
Let's represent the PlayStation, the Nintendo. Let's do it all, man.
As long as
the game's fun.
Look at you.
As long as the games are fun, man. Hey man, you can say that, and I'm so proud, man. If I like something, I'll shout it from the rooftops.
There you go. Speaking of that, welcome our good friend Hunter. What's up, brother? Welcome.
What's up, man? We had so many things to talk about.
We do.
There's like the big bombshell. Yeah, man, we got lots of stuff that we got so many like big releases. Dude, I've been playing the heck out of Sifu. Like, hopefully we can talk about that for a bit, man. That game is man.
We're gonna get to this. Let's tackle
Sifu
it.
is
let's tackle it. So
Sifu's good.
Sifu is out. It sold over 500,000 in a week, so it did pretty well. Everybody's liking the game so far. They're loving the combat. A lot of people are saying it's hard. A lot of people are saying it's not too hard of a game. It doesn't look too hard for me the way I look at it, but you know.
Dude, have you played it?
No,
he hasn't played it. He's just capping. He does this with Souls games, bro. He does it with Souls games.
Dude, it's a hard. Dude, I feel like I'm pretty good at video games, right? I told you guys like I'm a big Souls fan, and I could beat all the Souls games, but like. Dude, Sifu was hard. Sifu was hard, man.
You met your match today?
I've managed to beat it, but like I can't. I'm not proud of my accomplishment because the thing, like, Sifu is amazing, like absolutely utterly amazing. But the thing that like really gets me with this game is when I'm playing a hard game. If I'm playing Bloodborne, right, or if I'm playing Dark Souls, and like. There's a boss that just crushes me, and I finally beat that boss.
Yeah,
I feel overjoyed, man. I'm elated. I'm on cloud 9. I did it, man. I did it. Sifu, when I beat a boss, sometimes I'm like, man, that was awful. Like I did terrible. Not only did I just barely scrape by and beat that boss, but now I'm on the museum and I'm like age 67 or something. I'm like, I'm basically close to the grave, right? That's the thing with Sifu. It's like you do so well, but then you're like, damn, I'm a geezer. I'm an old man. I can barely walk. I'm 70 plus years old, and now I've got like 2 stages to beat, and I've essentially got no lives left, right? So it's just weird. It's like you finally beat that boss that's taken you 20 tries to beat him, and then you realize, well, wait a minute, it's not actually beating him what matters. It's actually beating the 70 boss plus years like so well, like without dying so many times, so that when you make it to the next level, you're still young and fresh, and you can carry on. So, man, it's just
the I got you, Reddit. I see the chat.
The funny thing, though, too, that this is, I mean, I hate getting into like fanboy territory, but I have to like address, because I saw a couple of tweets where people are like, again, complaining about pricing and like game length. People are like, oh, you spend $40 on a 2-hour game. I put in like I think I'm close to 20 hours in Sifu. This is not a 2-hour game. You're not unless you're like, I know I've seen like speedrunners that can do it now in 40 minutes, but I mean like we're talking at like the 1%ers, right? Like I've seen look on the trophy list and you'll see the number of people that I think beat the game. It's last I checked was like 5% or something like that 4%. It was so low. But this is not a game about that you're supposed to just play 2 hours and you beat it. It's like a classic game, man. When you were young, when I was young, when we're all young, we're sitting there on our Super Nintendo, we're on our Genesis, we're on our N64, whatever.
Yeah.
The game, I would play like Super Contra, and what a run of that is like an hour and a bit, right? From like beginning all the way to the end. But you play it for 50 hours because it's just so damn good and it's so damn hard, and you got to keep on playing it over and over again. Even once you beat it, you're like, well, I want to beat it like, without losing lives, or I want to beat it using specific guns or whatnot. Like it's like old school challenge, man. This is what I grew up with, and it's awesome that Slow Clap.
I will say, like, I'm watching everybody play this. I'm seeing people struggle. Dudes are like 80 fighting. They have like all this power, but then they're losing super quick. I'm like, yeah, this game, bringing back that Sekiro vibe, with the parries and knowing their movements. I'm like, okay, I see everybody enjoying it. So it definitely looks fun, and everybody's having a good reaction to it. So that's good for a new IP. Hopefully it sells what more than what they project. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what their estimate for the game was, but for $40 game, you're getting some pretty good quality. The music in the game is pretty good too. Very, very good. Yeah.
Dude, the club is awesome. When that club music hits, the adrenaline starts going, and you're swinging your bat around like crazy, doing your like your like finishing moves left, right, and center in the middle of the club. That is like, yeah, music's pretty sick for that game.
It was fine during that level. It was just towards that boss battles where like, yeah, the second boss battle, for the club, it was just like I got my ass handed to me. I was like 70, and then I died from old age. I was like, damn. But like the game was really fun. And it's just like kind of like, because I did see some journalists going crazy about the game. It's just like, this game is too hard, 4 out of 10. I was just like, when I saw that stuff, I don't know why reviewers are getting very what's the right word to say? Like, they just, I don't want to like say it in a bad connotation, but it's just like we can't have hard games, because if we do have hard games, reviewers just don't like it.
Yeah, it's hard for them.
Yeah, and then it becomes like a bit biased, and there's just like, oh, we're gonna knock 6 points off because it's too hard. And there's no easy mode on the game, therefore. It's just like, I think that's messed up.
I mean, look at Cuphead. Y'all remember what happened with Cuphead? Dude couldn't get past tutorial, and he said the game was awful. I'm like, it's not an awful game. And that game's about to get the DLC, the last course, whatever. I think it comes out in what, July?
It's supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was announced for the direct.
Yeah, so that comes out in July. So you got a lot of stuff to look forward to. And speaking of that, because we got the direct that happened, as someone who is very vocal with Nintendo, especially when I don't like a certain thing, to this show, like that particular direct, I'm gonna have to be honest, was definitely a breath of fresh air for a change. I actually walked away a little happy from it. It wasn't like over the top, blown away. That wasn't crazy. That I was over the top with, but Mario Strikers was fire. I thought that was cool. You know what kills me though? And this is where I always have a problem with Nintendo, because they don't invest in the hardware, like really go all out with graphics. But they showed the CGI version of it. And I'm sitting going, damn, imagine if we had a powerful Nintendo Switch console that actually can deliver half of that, that fidelity. And we have these crazy animations, and we have all that. I thought that would be fire. But from what it looked like on the Switch, when they switched between gameplay, it looked good and no issues there whatsoever. And then you see MLB The Show get shown. I'm like, oh boy, MLB The Show hurt my eyes when I saw that there.
Oh yeah.
Oof. It was
like, I'm happy it's on Switch.
Yeah,
but it's like, it's definitely one of those things where it's like, if you've got a PS5 or if you got an Xbox, like, there's not really much reason to get it on Switch unless you're really big on portability, right? Like, if that's big for you, then of course you're gonna get it. But yeah, you're right. It looked rough.
what was that other game? Xenoblade Chronicles was right. Was
3.
It Xenoblade? Yeah,
Yeah, they're supposed to.
big announcement there.
They're supposed to be from what I saw in the trailer. I didn't really care for 2. I really loved 1. It seems like they're trying to I mean, it is connected in a way. 2's connected to 1.
Yeah.
But like they're in different, like, how do I say, like, in terms of like essence, they're like not in the same universe, but kind of like different reality essentially after a certain event happens. But it seems like they're trying to like bridge that gap and to like fuse them together again into one world, which I hope as a Xenoblade Chronicles 1 fan, which they kind of look like they're going back to the roots of 1, that they stick with that type of storyline, because I really like the first storyline, whereas like the second storyline was a bit goofy for me at instances. Yeah. But I think they're going in the right direction. Now, whether or not we're going to have the same type of resolutions from 2, that remains to be seen, because 2's resolutions, when it was especially in handheld mode, was kind of atrocious, I'll say. And the FPS.
Yeah. It certainly looked like a graphical showcase for Switch. Like, we don't usually talk about graphics with Switch all that often, but that one, it looked like a looker. Like it looks like one of the best looking Switch games I've seen yet, so that's good.
Were you expecting Breath of the Wild 2?
No.
None of you? Were you?
They said first half. I was assuming Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out in the second half of 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nintendo's been keeping their release windows a little tighter in these directs, which is good. I actually like that. It's fun to see things that are like 3 years out, but sometimes it can backfire. Like, for example, like Bayonetta. I mean, I'm of course I'm there day one when Bayonetta 3 drops, but it's kind of like when did that get announced? Was that 2017? Like, I feel like
that was a long time.
I feel like it's been 5 years or so since and obviously the Metroid game that
Prime
that
Prime
got
4.
rebooted. Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's why I kind of like these these tighter releases where it's like they announce Strikers and then it comes out like in 4 months. It comes out in June.
Yeah.
Move
that the way here.
And I like the confidence too. Like, that's actually reassuring. Like,
yeah, they basically said like, "Oh, you guys, you don't think we got content? Well, here's content." And I like that real like aggressiveness of the direct. It was like banger, banger, banger. The online offering, I've already been very critical of. I'm not really, that blown away by their online offering, but the retro games that they were showcasing, I ain't gonna lie, it definitely gets your eyes on a little different, especially when it has multiplayer.
Earthbound,
yeah. And them adding to Mario Kart DLC, which a lot of people are probably not too hyped for, but I mean, it sold what, 30 million copies at this point, I think.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I was like amazed at how much content, because I think they said it was what, like, I think it was like was it eight tracks and 6 releases? I think something like that. It was like 48.
Yeah, 40. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was like, 40. What? What are you talking about? 40 plus tracks for DLC?
Bruh.
Like, most games will give you like 3.
You think it's going to be remade 4. Because they're supposed to be like classic tracks, right, from the other games?
I hope. I mean, it's going to be using the new mechanics.
Yeah.
So
the zero gravity or something like that. Or
the Switch though.
You saw the like there was like gliding, right? So there was like jumps and gliding. So that obviously has to be changed from the original. And then also you can play it online, which I think is good.
They had I'll say for the direct, like the big stuff for me was like the old JRPG games finally being ported into like America, like Live Alive or Live Alive, something like that, because that's supposed to be that was only a Japan release, I believe, and a lot of people had to get a ROM like mod for like English text and stuff like that, or fan translation, which that's cool. Chrono Cross being announced too, which love Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger.
That one definitely looked rough, but I'm excited nonetheless. But
then like it goes into the also the Nvidia leaks too. Like that was one of the leaks stuff too. So that the Nvidia leak is looking more and more like it's some factual at this point.
What am I about to say here? trying to say what else was at that show that I was thought. Actually, I think we went over
Kirby.
everything. Yeah, Kirby. That's it, Kirby. That was pretty much the other big announcement at it. Anybody hype for Kirby?
That was hilarious, man. You guys saw the
the memes, yes.
Kirby car, or whatever it is.
Dude, there were
And then
memes
the actual
about that.
official art assets that Nintendo released. They showed Kirby with there was like, I don't know, there was another one too with like Kirby looked like a donut. I can't remember exactly like what it was that he swallowed, but he's just like this huge donut. But I don't know, it looked really funny, man. He could like swallow a vending machine, like chuck out pop cans and stuff like that.
And then I think another big thing that was announced in the direct was like Metroid Dread having a boss rush mode.
Oh yeah, Samus mode. Yeah. She can switch out of the suit.
Dude, the Dread mode just seems dreadful to me.
Oh yeah, it's one life, and you start all over again. It's like Dead Space. It was Dead Space, I believe, that did it as well. Like I think it was 2. That you only have like 3 saves, then you die, you start all the way from.
What?
I think the save.
Yeah, but what was? I thought it was one hit.
Oh, is it one hit?
I thought
that might make it worse for me if I tried.
Yeah, I thought they said it was one hit. Maybe it's one life.
One death. Oh Lord!
But I thought they said it was.
I mean, if it's the case, one hit, one death, like it's still game over at that point too.
Oh man,
that's just ridiculous.
I might try it once, but I feel like I would get too stressed out.
Get too stressed out.
I'm probably gonna pronounce it wrong too, but Kelowna.
Yeah, Code just he just
Kelowna.
He said no no love for the Kelowna remake.
I've never actually heard someone pronounce Kelowna.
Dude, can someone put it in the chat, like the pronunciation thing? Because I swear we're all saying it wrong at this point. Like I played those games like back in like PS2, and I think it was PS2. Yeah. Those games are really good, and them coming back, like I don't think they're gonna do well, but for the hardcore fans, it's gonna be really, really a good experience, and hopefully it gets new fans. But
yeah. Carol Brook, I did see that. We'll talk about that. I'm gonna tag that on to one. Just sit tight. Don't worry. We got a lot to talk about in regards to that. So that was the Nintendo Direct. Pretty good. What's your guys' ratings out of 10? I'm gonna go with you, Reddit. What you think?
Mine might be a little bit lower because like the just the JRPG section. I give it like a for me. Not saying like overall. Taking out my personal preference, I would say I give it like a 9, but for like my personal preference, I give it like a 6.5.
Okay, Hunter.
I'm gonna give it, say, a solid 8 out of 10. I think that it was kind of missing to me, like the big bombshell. I think Xenoblade was supposed to be it, and I'm super excited for that. Like, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there could have been something a little bit more earth-shattering, like Mario Odyssey 2 or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure there's like something other bigger in the works. But I mean, I'm a huge fan of classic RPGs, JRPGs. So things like Advance Wars 1+2 is like totally in my wheelhouse. And Triangle Strategy just looks amazing. Like that's a day one for me for sure. And then the other things that Red was talking about, like Chrono Cross, and I'll probably butcher the name again, but like Live Alive.
Yeah, Live Alive, live
alive. But I mean, I remember like because I hearing about that game when I was a kid, and think it was it NES or Super? No, it was Super NES. I think it was Super NES. But I just remember like 20 some odd years ago, and I was like so jealous because the concept just seems so cool that you can go back into the prehistoric time all the way up to like, the near future and the distant future. It just seemed really cool. And the fact that they're actually localizing this game, I don't know why. Like, I don't want to ask questions because I'm just happy it's here. But yeah, I think overall I give it 8 out of 10.
Okay. Me, I'm definitely at an 8 because of Mario Strikers. I thought that right there solidified it easily as an 8 because we hadn't seen Strikers in a long time. And we've been asking for something like that for a while. The only thing they kind of lost me to, they lost me when they said Switch Sports. They're trying
Oh
to
yeah,
make
it's like the Wii
Sports.
Sports.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna sell.
She tied like a Joy-Con to her leg and kicked. I'm like, no, let's not do
Think
this.
about it, bro. You're gonna get the soccer moms and like all the athletic people, like again, and that's gonna pull out like sell units as well.
Yeah.
Dude, they're at 100 million right now. They might pass
it's
gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna be big.
So
that's why as soon as I saw that in Nintendo Direct, I knew for sure that there's going to be no new Nintendo console coming out this year, and probably not even like the first 6 months of next year.
You don't think the beefier one's coming? No,
dude,
it's never gonna happen.
Nintendo Switch Sports will sell 20 million plus, and that's like their bread and butter now. They're gonna have Mario Kart, they're gonna have Animal Crossing, they're gonna have Nintendo
Zelda.
Switch Sports.
Yeah,
like it's just. This is a big year for Nintendo revenue and sales. They're gonna go gangbusters. So I don't see any reason why they'd release a new console.
All right.
I was shocked it was. Yeah, I think it's $40, right, for the Switch Sports. I thought they would have just charged $60, but I'm surprised that Nintendo went that route.
Guess they learned from Labo. Labo sold. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that didn't perform as well as they would expect. Like it.
Yeah.
The Labo craze is over. We don't hear about it anymore. So.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Let's get into the other bit of news here, and we'll just start shifting from there. So, a couple weeks ago, Microsoft made the biggest acquisition of all time. I guess we can just say they acquired Activision for $70 billion, pretty much. And in the big fine print of this, they basically said that, yes, our desire to keep these games and honor the existing contractual agreements will still be a thing. But when we went off of the acquisition of Bethesda, which was 7.5, they pretty much had similar wording. Only the difference is with Bethesda, those games are exclusive only to Game Pass platforms or supported platforms. It was reported and confirmed this week from Phil Spencer and the team at Microsoft that not only are they going to be dropping Call of Duty on PlayStation still after the contracts are done, but they're also going to be releasing them on Nintendo and wherever else they need to put them on at this point. Now, a lot of people were doing some digging. They were saying how Activision made about $1.21 billion in microtransactions, something like that, this year or last year.
3 months. No, 3 months.
Oh, 3 months. Okay, sorry.
3 months
alone. So when you have statistics like that, it obviously makes sense to keep it in the Multiplat territory, but also you got to factor in a few things here as well. Now, with Microsoft owning Call of Duty and treating that more so like a third-party game where they're branching that out and splitting that out and sharing it out, and Sony now owning Bungie and doing pretty much the same thing with Destiny, right, and using their expertise, it kind of makes you wonder how the situation is going to be with the market. Now, granted, a lot of people are saying the gaming market is it's either it's going through a lot of phases, right? Like it's not healthy. I think that's what they said. It's not healthy. I beg to differ at this point. Not only are they making 3 times more revenue, they're killing it. So it was going around, if I remember correctly. They said that the gaming market wasn't as healthy as.
But sorry, who is this? Like,
it's like
a
an analyst,
reputable source, or
it was like an analyst? I think something like that said something like that. But
yeah,
it's been a while. It's been a while since he said it.
Some of the analysts are out to lunch.
Yeah, it's been around.
I mean, like there's pros and cons to this. There's nothing like super bad about the industry right now, as far as I can see. There's pros and cons to these acquisitions, but
we're on the up at this point with the way things have been going. But now with them owning this and them doing what we just said about putting this on PlayStation, and obviously Sony owning Bungie and putting Destiny on Xbox. I'm wondering, and you got to ask yourself too, did they do this because they didn't want, like Amazon to get their hands on this type of thing? Did they do this stuff because, this is just the way things are going? Or are they trying to blur the lines here? You know what I mean? Like really connect us all as one type of thing. Because you guys remember when the deal happened, I immediately said, and it came to my mind immediately, I was okay. They have leverage, Microsoft, with Call of Duty. And I said, okay, more than likely Call of Duty would be on PlayStation through Game Pass if Sony would allow it, and that would be the only way you experience, the Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
Now they're not doing that. It's completely open, and ever since this announcement was made, there's been a lot of weird comments all over Twitter. I seen people saying Microsoft took the biggest L. What a waste of money. I can't support Microsoft from this. And I'm sitting there going,
dude, that's perfect for Microsoft.
Even if the deal didn't
on
go
so many
through
levels
like this, nothing was going to happen until after the 3 Call of Duty games. So you would still have to wait. And then there are people saying, "Oh, so Microsoft's playing nice," and they're gonna flip it just when the deal goes through. Then they're gonna flip it. No, at this point, no, they're not gonna do that. Call of Duty is only good for them when it has access to the actual community, which makes it what it is. If you split it off and cut off a big majority of it, it's not going to help the survival of Call of Duty or the microtransactions that they want clearly out of these games. If you're making $1.2 billion in 3 months, you want that consistently, especially for an acquisition of this size. So what I see coming out of this, obviously, you got the Crash Bandicoots, you got the Spyros, you got et cetera, et cetera. Those would be the games they really push as like mascots for Xbox. And I guess Call of Duty would just be the other source of revenue to make up. You know what I mean? Like, it will pay for itself type of thing, a lot of the acquisition there. But let me go to you, Hunter. What's your thoughts on it? How you feel about the whole thing?
Well, I'm definitely surprised that Call of Duty is going to remain on PlayStation beyond the contractual, but it makes total sense because when you read between the lines, they're getting scrutinized left, right, and center by like the FTC and other commissions, right? And there's like I read something like 10 different lawyers or 10 plus lawyers are like looking into all this, and there's a lot of eyes and a lot of scrutiny on this, and Microsoft is doing this to make sure that this deal goes through. That's why they're doing it. They don't want to, I don't think they just like generously like, oh, let's give our biggest competitor our biggest IP. Right? Because Call of Duty is bigger than Halo, it's bigger than Forza, it'll be their biggest IP. But they're doing it because they just want this to get passed by FTC. Like, who knows, like, you know, what's going to happen 10 years from now. Like, you know, they're once the deal goes through and like things kind of like smooth over and everyone realizes, well, Sony's still doing fine, the industry's doing fine. Who knows? Like, at some point we could see transitions to more exclusivity or like, you know, play it first on Xbox or like DLC 90 days first on Xbox. Like, we might see stuff like that for sure. But the one thing I don't have any proof for this. This is just what I'm thinking, right? But I honestly think that Phil Spencer and Jim Ryan and the whole team at PlayStation, I'm starting to get the sense that they don't really view each other like how a lot of the fanboys are viewing each other these days. They're
at each other's throats. It's personal.
They're friendly. They're cordial. I honestly think that they've had a lot of conversations about the big competitors that you said, right? The Googles, the Amazon, the Netflix that is thinking about getting into gaming, right? They've basically looked at what's happening, who has the money, who has a reason to invest in gaming, and Amazon has like every reason to want to invest in gaming and be the cloud, provider for gaming in the future, right? And so like when you're Jim Ryan and you're Phil Spencer and you're like, look, like these gigantic beasts want to come into gaming, how about we just be a little bit more friendly with each other, right? They would like, it's almost like the obviously, like, keep your enemies closer, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where it's like, even if it's like a 10-year agreement or like handshake or whatever, I honestly think both of them have just said, look, we want to own and dominate gaming, right? Gaming has to be PlayStation, Xbox. Nintendo obviously does their own thing and has great success, but like the core gaming is like, it's us, right? Let's do everything in our power to make sure that these big technology beasts out there do not get into our territory. Let's make them flop, like we've seen with like Stadia and Amazon is already like, I mean, I think they finally now have like a half decent game, but they've had like several flops
At
in the
least,
gaming
yeah.
space, right? And that's just it. So let's build the wall and make sure that like we are the players and no one else will get in there. And then maybe like 10, 15 years down the road, when everything gets acquired and like consolidation has finalized, then it's like, why would Amazon want to get into gaming when it's like there's no publishers to work with, right?
Yeah.
They're all bought by Sony and Xbox. So I don't, and the other thing too is like, absolutely, I think Xbox is, they've actually been saying this for a long time, but I don't think they've been actually doing it in action. But they've been saying about how like they want to reach 4.5 billion
Yeah.
gamers, right? And they've always been talking about like on every device, on every platform. I think that Microsoft is finally, now that they've acquired these third-party publishers, is at that point where they're just like, you know what? I actually see the value of having our content on PlayStation. PlayStation, if you look at Call of Duty, like what's the figures, man? Whenever we get data from the UK, and it's something like 70% of game sales are on PlayStation, and it's usually around like 30% or so are on Xbox. And I have to imagine it's like fairly similar in other countries, and like in other parts of Europe, it's even more. It'll be like 90% PlayStation, 10% Xbox, right? So why would they want to cut the lifeblood off of Call of Duty? Why would they want to like not have 60-70% of their audience there? Like it makes total sense, and like I'm actually like a little bit more curious now, because I'm pretty sure Microsoft will be a lot more open to having their games on PlayStation. But now I'm so curious about
Sony, yeah,
because Destiny, like I was way more shocked about Destiny being still on Xbox, and them literally saying during that acquisition that we are giving Bungie like full creative rights to do whatever they want, to publish wherever they want, right? And they made it quite clear they're talking about PC and Xbox, right? So PlayStation, again, man, the handshake, man. Phil Spencer and Jim Ryan, I'm telling you, man, they're going out for coffee like every Thursday. Right. We just don't know about it, man.
So when we look at a few things too, again, with gaming being healthy as it is, and we go back to this particular deal and the situation, it's like, personally, I'm like, I don't even know how to react, to be honest. I don't even know how to react. And the reason why I don't know how to react is because I've seen people saying, oh, Microsoft gets nothing out of this deal. Well, I want you to look at this right now. And you compare this to PlayStation, right? You're only paying $15 to play Call of Duty. PlayStation fans are going to pay $70. There's one benefit right there for you, off the grip, right there. Then you got all the games from Bethesda. You got you got the Crash Bandicoots. You got the Spyros. You're getting all that in one service, $15 a month. So a lot of people are upset. They shouldn't be upset about this game going to PlayStation, but it is interesting. It's interesting because a lot of people are saying, well, how about Sony drop Spider-Man on Xbox? Now, here's the difference. Obviously, Spider-Man is a game made by Sony's studios. Granted, they don't, well, the IP is it's all over the place in terms of being owned, but the game, that's their first party. A lot of people really want Spider-Man PS4 or Miles Morales on Xbox. This is why I said before multiple times on multiple podcasts, instead of just asking for Spider-Man, why don't you just have your own variants, have your own styles, have your own games, have your own versions, your own superhero. They missed the boat with Batman. I mean, granted, buying WB wouldn't really do anything, so Batman wouldn't be the case, right? But there are tons of Marvel characters that could have benefited the Xbox. Punisher?
Yeah.
On Xbox, I'll buy that.
Dude,
Black Panther,
even
on Xbox.
Indiana Jones, man.
Indiana Jones could be be a sleeper hit. But there are a lot of superheroes.
If that's exclusive, that to me could be their version of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In terms of like mainstream popularity. And
speaking of Spider-Man, though, guys, I'm gonna everybody look at the screen here. It's gonna come up in a second. But it turns out we got a exclusive Spider-Man on Xbox anyway. For those of you that want to know, there's a Spider-Man on Xbox.
You're gonna show that lame ass picture on Twitter. Look at him.
There you guys go. So we're gonna let that play a little bit. So obviously that's PS4, but on Xbox you got, oh man, Spider-Human. So there you guys go. There's Spider-Man on the Xbox. At least they're trying. You got Spider-Human.
Big Cloud, you're being a fanboy right now.
You're being
entertaining to watch this fake.
And if anybody in the chat thinks I'm sitting here with sunglasses to be cool, I'm already cool. I got a fucking headache.
Oh Lord, here we go.
I got a headache and the light is bothering me really. Like the blue light is, I can't even look at light right now. But it's so dark in my room, I had to shut those off, so I had to turn on the light. Anyway, that's why I'm wearing sunglasses, if you're wondering. And yeah, tax returns suck. You know what I mean? It's the first time I had to claim YouTube money. Oh, so you're running a business? No, it's a hobby. I'm like, there's a hobby tab right there. You can click it. It says hobby. Yeah, but you're making income. I said, yeah, I started to make income, but it's a hobby. He's trying to like screw me over. I'm like,
yeah, he's trying to be like, you be owing us money.
All right, it's a business, bro. You're right. It's not a hobby. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to explain to him. I only make income if I make videos. If I sit on my butt and don't do anything, how is it a business then? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, it's a hobby. He's like, okay, it's a hobby. Like, after a half an hour argue.
Yeah, because I was going to say,
I like that. I like what he said. He said, you ain't cool, Blaze. You blaze it.
That's a good one.
I like that. That's better.
That's a good one, bro.
That's a good one.
But, yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. I went to do my taxes at 3:30. What time is it? Okay, that's all I got.
Jesus.
2 hours.
But, back to this, though. Call of Duty, again. There are benefits on the Xbox side. You're paying $15. PlayStation dudes got to pay $70. All that extra money that you would have paid on a PlayStation, you're saving on the Game Pass version of this because you can just spend that on the microtransactions on 9 yards. So, yeah. Now the question is, with Sony doing Bungie's, with Bungie, right? How far are we from Spartacus, and how close is Spartacus going to be to this? You know what I mean? Spartacus, that's the question.
I think it gets announced with their event that happens during ending of summertime, right? Usually it's like, July or August, earliest June.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that being announced at that time frame, not at a state of play, though. I definitely see it at their big event with their exclusives, like announcements, updates on Spider-Man 2, like gameplay demo and all that. But I just don't see it happening. They'll have their models and whatnot. I don't, with hopefully, native support for I don't know, PS1 games or something like that. PS2. PS3 is harder, but hopefully they do something like that. And then day-and-date games I just don't see happening on Spartacus at the moment, but it could happen.
It could happen. Had that tier's right, you might get those PS5 games in the back and pat if they make it work, if they can get that to work.
Did you guys see there was Phil Spencer had an interview where he said that he's expecting at some point, I'm not sure if it's going to be at the launch of Spartacus, but he said he's basically expecting that Sony's going to have day and date at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Which I agree. I think it's
foolish to
Sony's going to have to
it's foolish.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the PS5 generation. That's my belief.
I don't think it's going to be at the end, personally, now at this point.
The reason why I think that is because I think the same thing as the PC games going day and date, that's going to take until the end of PS5 generation. Because right now they're making so much money off the games now.
They're going to run it out and then slowly keep going up type of thing?
Yeah.
It's a tricky, slow PlayStation is dealing with because they're so used to charging $60. Okay, these games are super expensive. They're more ambitious. Right now, you go from dudes, and there will be consumers that still buy the game at $60 that don't want to sign up for anything. All right, there'll still be that market, but it's going to be a very short market. As soon as Sony says, hey, PS Plus users, extra $10, you get games on day of release, blah, 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 all that shit, right? I'm starting to worry about that shit because now I'm looking at it like, are some of the games going to take a hit in terms of quality, not because of the developers making the game, because of the funds to make the game, right? Yeah. We won't notice it anytime soon, but in the long run, is this unless they roll over their 48 million PS Plus users, and just get that at a, and plus PlayStation's not giving you, PS Plus, let's just call it, for $1. You're not going to get that deal on PlayStation. You're going to pay whatever you pay, and that's it. You know what I mean? You're not going to find these weird deals. So it'll be interesting,
Yeah,
they got to do it at this point, MLB The Show, the Call of Duties, like, people are going to start to feel a type of way. Like, I really don't feel like they need a service, but might as well, right? That's the way everything's going nowadays.
Yeah. I think I've heard a bunch of folks say that they think it's going to be similar to what Nintendo has for their online, and I agree. Yeah. I think that's definitely more what Sony would do. I think that it's like, how they have, what is it, like the PS Plus PlayStation 5 collection of 20 games. In my opinion, that is Spartacus. That is like true. That's the beginning of Spartacus, right? All they have to do
just add on
is every like, I don't know, 6 months or every month or whatever the cadence is, but just launch and say, okay, now you've got 6 more games, right? And
Demon Souls, Returnal,
and it's all the games that you want. Exactly, it's going to be all the launch.
You see that 20 games too? They're all legendary, solidified hits that are in hand. Right?
Yeah,
they're like top tier games. So I agree. Just add on to it.
Yeah,
dude. If they can find a way, and I don't want to hear that. Oh, the PS3, the cell processor is too comfortable. If a random guy that sits on his balls all day can run an emulated version of Resistance, dude, people are playing Killzone SOCOM Confrontation on PS3 right now. Okay, and then there's emulated versions. Like, I don't want to hear that Sony can't do it. It's too complicated. They can absolutely do it. It's just, do they want to spend the resources and time porting over games and making sure they run correctly? But dude, if they can add that that special, I know people might not think it's important, dude. That special PS3 library. There's about a list. There's a chunk of games that never, the Metal Gear Solid 4s that just got lost, right?
Yes.
All the Killzones, all that shit. Motorstorm. That's a huge chunk. That'd be a huge incentive for people to be like, you know what?
Infamous 1 and 2, Resistance.
Dude, go down the line. I mean, you can just keep going.
Metal Gear Solid, Guns of the Patriots. I mean,
yes. Everyone wants to play Guns of the Patriots again, but they can't. It's like, you gotta hook up that PS3.
Exactly. You can't play it at 60. You can't play it right now.
I was gonna do the analogy for Spartacus, comparing it to Disney Plus, because a lot of their Marvel movies go to the movie theaters, right? So, like, they'll make a boatload of money, and then 3 months down the line, go onto their service, and you're subbing for those movies that they put onto the service. PlayStation could do something like that. That's why I say I don't really see day and day, but I could see something like the time window gap be short, or like 3 months, maybe 6 months down the line.
That's no question.
Because Blaze is a thing where he's like, the budget's going low. It's like, if they can make their money back and then put it on the service and then get more subscribers that way, I don't totally see it more feasible than the Xbox Game Pass model.
Yeah, I think Sony's going to have essentially 2 tiers of games going forward. It's going to be the premium games, which is exactly what you're saying. It's like, with the Disney analogy, it's going to the movie theater first, which is a $70 box game, and then I think there will be some games that will come direct. Like, if I was looking back at their launch titles, like stuff like maybe
Returnal,
maybe Returnal, maybe like just games like that. Sort of like, I don't want to call them like the tier 2s, because Returnal was my game of the year last year, but I'm like, obviously Returnal is not going to have as big an audience as like the next God of War, right? So stuff like that, like new IPs, like, from their smaller studios,
I would benefit
day one on Spartacus. But like, I can't like, they're at the point now where we've had a conversation last week about how Sony like really needs to go with that Nintendo model where they have like irresistible first party games that can sell 20-30 million. Horizon, this is why I'm super excited to find out how Horizon does, because if we see like Horizon sells 8 million in the first week or whatever, and passes 10 million, 20 million, then I just can't see why would they want to put that on a service.
Hunter, I agree, bro. I'm sick of this new age shit, man. Not to like take a shot at Xbox, but like, the only reason we're even talking about this is because Xbox went a different route, and it's paying off for them now. But like I like the raw numbers. Like, dude, this game sold 10 million. Like, you know, like when you get this service thing, oh, we got 20 million users concurrent. Like, there's never you know, there's always this gray area with these services. Like you can never really find out raw numbers. Like, or maybe they're just not releasing it. But I just like the traditional way of buying a fucking game for, you know, whatever
but
the
dude,
price is.
those numbers are like those numbers are so misleading though.
Yeah.
They are. That's what I'm saying. But that's why it drives me
I like
nuts.
seeing them, but like it's funny because like they'll say 20 million, but then you look at the Steam top 10 and like Halo Infinite is like number 90, and then you look on the Xbox most played and it's like out of the top 5 now, right? So it's like
6.
Yeah, it was like 6 in the last couple of days. And I mean, not to knock the game because as you know, Blaze, like the game's awesome, but it's like these numbers are just like they're marketing numbers that just they don't mean anything, man. Steam is like what, like 20,000 a day now, 25,000, sometimes 30 at the most, but like there's not a lot
the
of people
that say Steam numbers don't matter. You're an idiot. I'm really sorry to say that. Yeah, Steam's not the only platform. Look, dudes ain't playing on Epic. There might be a few thousand. Like I'm telling you, dudes, if you got a PC, you're on Steam, dude.
The PC market in total is the same size, if not a little bit bigger than console. Like they kind of go back and forth, but like they're basically the exact same size. So you have to imagine. I'm not sure what the breakdown is, but you have to imagine that Steam would be like what, like 80% or 90%, like of. Like what other competitor is there? There's Epic Games, which we know is losing money. There's
GOG, which is owned by
GOG, which is also
Epic. Well,
GOG lost like a million plus in the last 12 months. So they're
DRM free. So there's an incentive that people that
the thing is, Hitman 3, it wasn't even DRM free, and it was put. They had to even put the little connotation there for it. That was like one of the first games to do that, and I was surprised they even allowed the game to go on their platform like that.
Maybe they're seeing a drop in audience and they finally given in.
Yeah.
you talk about sales. Oh, we about to?
No.
Well, I was just gonna say that we all know that a lot more people are playing Halo Infinite on Xbox than Steam.
Oh yeah.
So there's there's no argument there, but we don't actually know how many more. That's right. True. Yep. But still, regardless, Steam is huge and Steam matters. And
yeah, but Hunter, what I mean is like, right? If Halo's look at dudes on PC that play, like, they're not shy to say if the game's good. Like Dying Light reviews, and then you go on Steam, the game's it's overwhelmingly positive. There's about 300,000. It's breaking records for the most played game at a single time. Like, so like if people are gonna play it, if it's good, if there's content there to stick their teeth in, they're gonna play it. And it tells you a lot when it's really dropping. Like Halo Infinite, the campaign is cool. You know, screw all the delays and all that. We already know about that part of it, right? That's the shitty part of it. But like right now, there's a lack of content. There's a lack. It's just nothing. The battle passes. It's just really. It's a goddamn shame. They really got to turn it around and just start adding some content. You know, they really do.
The only thing I don't like about the comparison being made is like when you bring up the Steam numbers, Blaze, you'll have people say, "Oh well," because they won't talk about the Xbox version, but they'll be like, "Oh, PC Game Pass, we got to count them too." It's like not a lot of people on PC are going to be playing that game on PC.
But
Game
Red
Pass.
Hood, that would make sense, bro. But Halo's a free-to-play game, so
exactly.
Why would you go out of your way to boot up PC Game Pass when you can just download it on? It's free to play. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, dudes are gonna download it on Steam, period, if it's free to play. Like, again, quotation, there's a few people out there that would play but the majority of people are gonna download this. It's a free to play game, people. It's not that hard.
Good point. Y'all mentioned sales, and it's crazy because Horizon Zero Dawn sold 20 million copies already as of right now, just couple of days before Forbidden West. Aside from that, also Sony, the PS5 was the best-selling hardware of January in both units and dollars. And Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales now trails only Marvel's Spider-Man 2018 and lifetime dollar sales for Sony published since 1995. So Sony is clearly...
This is NPD?
Yeah. They are clearing. They are cleaning
Damn.
Oh,
house.
that seems like they're doing just fine,
They're
huh,
cleaning
Big Cloud?
house. They're cleaning.
Dude,
house.
that's their Mario Kart.
Yeah, they're cleaning
They-
house.
they found their Mario
Spider-Man's it.
Kart.
Yeah, that's it.
We're gonna see like 2 years from now, Miles Morales will probably still be in the top 25.
Did you guys see
ridiculous.
the ranking where it was like last month God of War was 174 or something like that, and it went back into like, was it the top 5 or top 10? I forgot. But
Yeah, it was
10,
top
I think.
10 for sure.
Yeah.
yeah,
I was,
like
I was actually confused by that. So that is like
The
people
PC
buying
ver-
it. Yeah, but is it the PC version?
yeah, because
Okay.
they I think it was announced that it sold 2 million on Steam or PC.
Jeez, man. See,
That's
a good
why you saw it
strategy.
go from 174 to like the top 10 now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like day and date, like for PC, like you saw them just make
I
2
don't think it
million.
would affect them though. That's the thing. A lot of people think it might affect the hardware. I don't think it's really going to affect the hardware. If they do.
Yo, Big Cloud, can you get the top 5 games played on Xbox right now? Like, could you pull that
Top
up somehow?
5.
Yeah, like I would love to know because we
Call of
gotta.
Duty.
Call of Duty.
Probably
Halo
like
Infinite,
1 in 3 or 1 in 4.
Infinite.
So,
I
Halo-
guess we
no,
can throw
no,
CrossfireX
Halo
'cause it's
Infinite
new.
was like 18.
Halo Infinite dropped out of the top 5.
That was
Oh,
in
dropped
the
down
top
to top
20.
5?
no, yeah. Not the MPD. He's talking about like if you go into the website or the
Games
like,
Oh,
played,
the
yeah.
most
it'll
played
just
game.
say that.
I want to say, wait, what?
And it's on number 6. It's behind Roblox. Like
It'll be like
Damn.
Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, Minecraft, Roblox, and then is someone checking, or where is it at number 6 right now, or where is it at?
Yeah, I really would like to know this.
Okay, I'll search it.
Let me-
Please. Cold, we get it. You still play Halo, nobody else does. We get it, Cold.
I know he does. Shout out to
I
Cole.
see you, Cole. What's up, Cole?
Bro, I
What's
love
up,
Halo,
Cole?
bro. I like stop it. I'm just telling you it's
So-
boring. There's nothing to do.
It's number 6 still, I think. Yeah, it's behind Dying Light.
Yeah, it's number 6. Oh wow, Dying Light actually has more. Oh yeah, I forgot
Than
about Grand
Halo?
Theft. Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto is always in the top 5.
Oh,
Yeah, Halo
I'm
is now
disgusted seeing
6.
that at this point.
damn, man. Tell me
It's-
not a single
it's-
player game beating out the great fucking Halo? God, that's crazy. Oh my
It's just
God.
like they can do better. Just they gotta get more content out. That's the
Yeah.
big thing.
Dude, I'm so happy for Techland.
Oh yeah, they
Me too. Bro, they're an
Dude,
independent
I'm so
developer.
happy.
People don't know that.
Yeah, I'm just so happy for them, man. They even like they beat Halo Infinite. Like total concurrent?
Yes.
I think it was our highest concurrent. I think it was
Bro,
like
that's a
200
single player
200
game.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Bro, yo, the kicker, Hunter, it's a single player game that you have to pay money for, $60
Yeah.
just to get into the game. Compared
For
to a
sure.
free to play game, that's Halo, that's a way bigger franchise that got way more dollars dumped into it, way more marketing dumped into it. You get what I'm saying? Like cut the cap here, man.
Yeah, man. I'm still playing Dying Light. I think it's amazing. I got the sense that review wise was kind of, I guess,
Where's
overall
Destiny?
positive, but a little bit
Oh, yeah.
lukewarm. But man, it's good. Like
Is Destiny on the list? What's Destiny? Right?
Destiny is
Destiny's actually
9.
lower. It's
It's
dropping.
9. Yeah,
3,
it's
6,
Yeah.
dropping on
9,
that.
10. Mine,
Wait till Witch
It's- no, it's
Queen. I
11.
watch when Witch
Mine is
drops,
11.
that shit's gonna shoot
Yeah,
up.
Witch Queen.
Watch.
It's definitely
Yeah.
gonna shoot up again.
yeah.
I believe it at that point. Kubini
I always
Gaming.
get so depressed when I look at this, man. Like, jeez.
Bro, and what other games are there? to play on
Fortnite,
Xbox
COD,
right now?
Apex, GTA, it's like same
The usual
Same
suspect.
stuff.
The usual
Yeah.
suspects. That's
years on end, man.
There it is.
Roblox, like
It's gonna look the same on PlayStation 2. You know,
I
Sorry.
know.
It's gonna look the
Yeah,
exact
go ahead
same
and
on
I know,
parody
but
thing.
like, I'm sure we're all like this, but like, I'm the type of guy that just when a new hot game comes out, I jump to that, man. Like, why would I love Apex. Like, Apex is my favorite online shooter, and I love the hell out of it. But like, why would I play Apex when there's Dying Light 2? Why would I play Apex when there's Sifu? Like, I don't know, man.
I
just
mean,
depresses
that's the
me.
bulk of the casual market, Hunter. Like all
I
the
know,
kids,
man.
they just love Fortnite, man, or Apex,
Oh, man.
and Call of Duty.
That's like the number one thing I'm gonna teach my kid is like, dude, you're not playing the same game every day. Like,
That's true.
if you
Yeah, I
really
heard-
want to, like, I guess I'm not gonna like twist your arm, but like I'm gonna try to like teach you every day that you gotta like you gotta expand, man. You gotta play like a whole variety of games.
Having that conversation, my son, we totaled his hours because we could check. He was so surprised. PS4 version of Fortnite, he has 1,000 something hours. The PS5 version, he has 500 hours. He couldn't believe it. He's like, dude, that's like 3 years. I'm like, yeah, it's like 3 years, kid. You know, but dude, they don't want to play anything else. And I'm like, you're getting sick of Fortnite, aren't you? He's like, no, I'm just waiting for the new season. I'm like, dude, you're sick of it. Try other games. It's okay. I mean, I heard Gunk made the top 500 list on Xbox. Is that true?
Gunk.
I'd be a mess.
Oh man, I actually
real messy.
Yeah, it was one that was on my radar to play, but then reviews came out, and I was just like, yeah, there's other games that I'll. And plus, I heard it's like 4 hours or 5 hours or something. It's a pretty short game, so I'll play it eventually, but no rush.
Let me go back to the chat for a second here. $5 super chat from Kubini Gaming. He says Horizon sold 20 million copies with 130 million plus user base. That means like 1 in 5 PlayStation people bought that game.
Yeah.
Such a horrible argument. Such a horrible argument.
Well, was he trying to go against it, or is he like saying that's good?
Bringing up the stats, I guess.
I think that's 20% is amazing, man.
It's not bad.
Yeah, a lot of multi-platform games would also want
comparing it to the PS3 gen, where hardly
especially
nobody
when
bought
like
the games. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
hardly nobody bought them. So I mean,
bro, Red Dead Redemption, okay, one of the biggest games of last gen, sold 48 mil. Okay, and that's a game. That's a game that's on. Listen to me, buddy. That's a game that's on every platform. Okay, that sold 48 million on every platform. Horizon's on one platform and sold 20 million. You get it? I'm trying to make you understand.
Also, Resident Evil, for instance, love Resident Evil. Like 8, I think it only sold. I'm gonna look up the sales figure.
5 mil or something.
Yeah, I think it was 5 million. I think you
something
could be right about
5 point something million.
Yeah. It said this is October 28th. Only 5 mil throughout all the platforms. So it's like
Village sold
here's the kicker, Big Cloud. Here's the kicker about Horizon. It's a new IP, buddy. Yeah. That's the other kicker.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The thing that I find like really strange with Resident Evil is I get the sense that people are still buying it all the time. Like they're still buying the older games. Because every time Capcom will announce like updated sales figures, and usually it's like, you know, another million people bought like Resident Evil 7 and whatnot. Yep. So it's like it's weird, man. Like like it's
it's going to go up over time. I think 7, the same thing. I kind of think happened too. Like it sold less than 6, but I think it's overtaken 6 at this point. I could be wrong, or close to overtaking.
Yeah, I think it has. 7 was high, but it's just strange. Like there's just so many people that just sit on Resident Evil. Like Resident Evil Village is incredible, man. Like if anyone's sitting there waiting to play it, like don't. What are you doing? Play the game.
Dude, I played Resident Evil 4 in VR. Like Resident Evil just is always gonna have that nostalgia. It's always, dude, Capcom. That's why I like when you guys bring up like Big Cloud saying Capcom. Like, dude, do you imagine what they could do with that franchise? Like, wow, it's already at the highest peak. You know, like they got a look, dude. Tell me a game that can switch and go first person, third person seamlessly, and people still love it. It's like
that's why I believe that's the next purchase is Capcom for Sony. Now the question is, are they gonna keep that Multiplat after the way things are going?
Did you guys see the updated net worths of the companies now? I think Capcom went up a bit as well, along with Square.
What they go up to?
I gotta find the tweet. But it's like about, I think, an extra $1 billion, I believe, for each company. I think one company went down. I forgot which one it was. It might have been Sega that went down.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
Getting bought for sure. They're getting bought for sure by Microsoft.
But when we were mentioning Resident Evil, like a lot of not news, but I guess reliable leaks talking about RE4 Remake and how they're going into that game expanding upon Ada's campaign, which I'm a big fan of them doing that, and them saying it's going to be more horror based. And like, listen, I know people love 4, but for me, 4 was like how I compare like and also people are gonna probably hate me for saying this.
On,
Dead Space 2. It's like the tipping point. It's the tipping point of when the franchise started going downhill. Like everyone loved it, but then it goes downhill.
You better take that back.
But listen, because I didn't care for 4 with the suplexes and all this stuff. It was just like, to me, it was just too silly.
An update on that, by the way.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're going also based off the beta thing, which was like the original concept of like Leon like hallucinating and all that. If you like look up RE4 beta, that's what they're going into, like what they want to do. Now, so RE4 being more horror based is gonna be crazy.
What if it's more Resident Evil 2 remake base for 4? Mm-hmm. Would you in terms of what, like the style they go for?
Oh, you talking about controls wise?
Control wise, just the overall style with the camera, everything, the movements.
I'm fine with that.
Is that more the speed you would prefer? Because according to this new report for Resident Evil 4, the village scene, which you guys remember at the start, where when the car stops and you go through the village, you get attacked by the villagers. That's going to take place at night at the beginning. It's going to be scarier and inspired by the Resident Evil 4 betas.
Yep.
They said the side characters have bigger roles, so guys like Lewis, who has the cure, the scientist or the researcher who made Las Plagas.
Spoiler.
He's been out for how long?
Someone will be mad. Like, dude,
Lewis.
That guy's gonna have a bigger role. I'm guessing not Lord Sadler, Lord Salazar. His
Osmond Sadler, I think.
Sadler's the boss. So it would be Salazar who would be the one, and also the other dude with the one eye. I forgot his name, but him too. So I'm guessing they're gonna have bigger roles. That's what they're saying. Ada's campaign will be expanded, so more is happening with Ada Wong in this. So separate ways. Expect that to be more, more done better, I would say. And they're saying that it will possibly release early 2022 with a reveal. So that's what they're saying. Personally,
I think the reveal is definitely happening early 2020. I don't think it's happening like coming out like in March or April.
Then.
Yeah, the announcement. I think it's going to be in a state of play like usual. Like that's what Capcom's been doing, because PlayStation's always been getting the marketing rights. So I definitely see it happening in a state of play. I think they did with they done it with all the games, RE2, RE3, and RE8 and 7.
We're still waiting for Code Veronica, because wasn't that the one that was also mentioned for Remake, but we never got an update for? It was Code Veronica. I remember that. It was.
I don't know if it is. I think everyone's been begging
it's
for
like
it to be
fan
remade.
requested, but I don't. Yeah, I haven't heard of it actually being in development or.
Because I thought they were going in period, like they're going in periodic order type of thing. So we think Veronica will be first, then 4.
But 4 is
I think that's just what fans wanted.
Yeah.
4 I don't think that's actually what Capcom's been doing, but fans have just wanted that. So.
I guess. I mean, I'm still waiting for Dino Crisis. I want them to do Dino Crisis.
Yeah, that's also another requested game. It's Code Veronica and Dino Crisis. But yeah, you do got Horizon, like Blaze was saying.
This whole damn thing. Wolf Among Us 2.
Yes,
finally shown. Hunter, are you a Telltale guy?
You know what? I'm so embarrassed because I haven't watched the trailer yet.
No.
I am actually a big fan of it. I saw it in my news feed, and I mentally thought, okay, I gotta watch this soon, but I haven't actually watched it yet.
I'm
excited that it's back. Like, I'm excited that Telltale has actually been resurrected. What did you guys think? Like,
I thought it was good. Having the Wizard of Oz characters in the game is very interesting. I didn't think they were gonna do that, so it's cool because like they still have to be in the confines of like
the world
because it's based off the
fairy tales.
Can I say graphic novels? I think the books. So, like, because that's a already set story, so you can't really mess up that. But with these other stories, like, them doing that, it's very interesting. And then seeing Big B being in an anger management class is funny. Because the dude definitely has anger problems,
He's a big
especially.
Bad wolf. That's the point.
Yeah. So, but I'm super happy for it. Granted, I was so disappointed at the end of the trailer. It's 2023, and I was like, wow, It's a long wait, man.
The year of the
Yeah.
superheroes and the year of
But when did that
maybe-
studio get resurrected? Like, I feel like that was maybe last year or year and a half ago.
No,
I
I think it was near the announcement of Wolf Among Us 2, which
I'm
I
just
forgot
happy
when it
that
got
they made it
announced.
out of it, bro. Because they were
Yeah.
gone at one point. I'm happy.
That's true.
They're not my type of game. Walking Dead was cool, but the Batman was cool and different. But it's just not my
Yeah.
type. You
I
know, if
saw
I want a
one, the
bedtime
sequel
story,
for
it.
I'll
Yeah.
just play it before bed, I guess.
No,
Walking
I
Dead
actually
was
want
good.
the Batman. The Walking Dead was fantastic. We got the final
Batman
season
was
for
cool.
that. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like the Batman. I thought the Batman was well done, especially
liked it.
part
I thought it
2
was
when you see their version of Joker. I thought they did a good job with that too. How they writ that.
I think I could tell you why some people didn't like it. It's not even gameplay reason. They just got mad about they're like. Could I consider myself a Batman purist? A little bit, but I wouldn't get too mad when they change things because the Batman, not the movie, but
Just
the
'cause you wanted
Telltale
that Batman,
Batman,
it'll make you a
the
purist,
Telltale Batman changed up, the whole origin story of making Martha
did.
and Bruce's father,
Thomas
basically
and Martha. Yeah.
Thomas Wayne, like bad people, like they did real fucked up
They're
shit,
part of the mob.
and and had ties to
Right,
the
what kind of hat
Falcon
is that, buddy?
Spider-Man.
Venom.
Venom.
Yes.
Yeah, Big Cloud, you ruined the whole wave, bro. You couldn't have thrown a hat, dude. You gotta be the only one sitting there. You know?
There you go.
Is that a Mario Brothers hat? Hunter?
No, that's Splatoon, sir.
Platoon, man.
Platoon. Oh, I'm thinking of the red one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Cappy. I've got a Cappy
Yeah,
hat.
yeah.
I
I got
sometimes.
sunglasses on, so I don't know where.
My God.
I guess Telltale is going to be using a new engine, right? I think I read that it was
Yes.
Yeah.
They had to, bro. That engine was so
graphically, yeah.
messy.
It was on its last Wills.
Like
People
the
didn't play up
FPS
for the
was
graphics.
bad.
It looked alright.
But no, my thing is, it wasn't even the graphics. The FPS wasn't even steady on PC, which is the crazy part. You could have like a 2080 Ti, and the FPS wasn't even locked.
Dude, trust me, I played that game on the Vita. I know all about it.
That was just like yikes. So hopefully the FPS problem with the new engine will be solved, because that was like the biggest gripe with Telltale, was like that engine was literally, along with the Bethesda engine, like duct taped and like
I was just
holding
gonna
it
mention
together.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
They've been using the same
They
one
don't,
for.
they don't fix
geez.
nothing. They don't fix nothing. I mean, they rely on us on fixing it. I do like the new. Did you see his new character design? Red Hood for Biggie.
Yeah. He has like
the new wolf design. How they did it.
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
It's interesting. The trench coat is like
Yeah.
a bit different than the first one, so it's like more flashy, I guess. But it's gonna be cool, and they said they're gonna it's gonna be also a different model. They're gonna still release in episodes, but they're having the season done like before. You know, like how Telltale will delay their episodes because they haven't finished the other episode yet.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have the season already finished. So they're just gonna like put it out probably monthly, and actually like doesn't have to get delayed, which is better.
I was actually surprised when I read that, though, because it seemed like before they may not have had the whole season mapped out when the first episode launched. That just, like, from a creative perspective, doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you, like, on the fly make the story? Wouldn't you want to, like, really think it through and make sure that you've got all the hooks that you need and, like, the symbolism and all, like, just make sure that everything just, like, coalesces into, like, this amazing story. Versus,
like if you play Wolf Among Us, like I think it's an episode preview that had like this cop type of storyline, never happened or anything like that. And they even had like the different when you go to each episode, they'll have like art for that episode, and it changed. Like the art preview changed automatically when they put out that episode. It's like, oh, so that's not gonna happen.
That was like a placeholder. It's like they did it for The Walking Dead. It was a bunch of placeholder art for everything. Like they had Jesus in the trench coat in one of the episodes with Frontier, and then when the episode starts, he's not wearing the trench coat. It looks good.
They change stuff all the time. Now it's gonna be different though, so they'll have the whole season mapped out. So that's good.
See, that's a game that I could see being on Xbox Game Pass.
What?
We'll see, but like the episodic model, I think is just.
I like it. I like it, Hunter.
For
See,
stream
I like
services
when
like
Hunter
that.
gets when Hunter gets messy. I love it, man. I really do. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Who knows? You might see that model, but would it be with GTA?
Damn.
Hell no.
I see what you did there. You sir. That was messy. You thought Hunters was messy. That was
There's your
messy.
messy quote.
Yeah, no campaign for GTA. I heard that's the rule.
Oh, gee.
No multiplayer neither. Anyway, moving on. We'll take control. Moving on. The show. Red Hood will like this, man. Red Hood will like this. According to this, man, the Halo composer is fighting for the royalties of the actual
The song being
Yeah.
used, basically.
yeah, basically that, and that potentially could hurt the TV show. Now I'm hearing a lot of weird things about this TV show. I'm hearing that Chief's not hardly in it. Is that true? What's
That
going on?
is the stuff going around.
So it's
stuff
not gonna
before
focus
that,
on
it's
Chiefs. It's
like-
gonna focus on somebody else.
Basically, this is the rumor. It's like Chief's barely going to be in it, and he'll probably show up at the end.
TV show. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
How you gonna make a game about Halo without Master Chief?
Well,
I mean, how you gonna make a show about him?
Bro, I'm not going to get into it because the leaks / rumors could be true. So people that are excited about it, I don't want to like ruin it. So, but yeah, just lower your expectations. You'll never be disappointed for that show because it'll be yikes.
Yeah, I
But-
can't get too hyped for no damn TV show. I can't.
But
I'm not
one-
even hyped for Last of Us TV show, to be honest. Even though it looks good in some of the shots, I'm just not too hyped for it.
Yeah.
Marky
Oh, what-
Mark showed up on the NFL award show, and he was
Mhm.
he was like just promoted Uncharted. He's like, you don't even gotta like the game. Trust me, my movies are great. Go watch my movie. I was like, damn, bro. Yeah, they're really pushing that Uncharted shit. Sony really got them pushing it. Like, they paid for that, dude. They paid for him to be there and say that. Like, it made no other sense for him to be there.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Did you guys get your code to go see the movie for free?
I did get the code. I
got
haven't
my
used
email.
it.
Yeah. That you know what? That's awesome. Like I hope Sony does that for other.
That is cool. For
Games?
Spider-Man, how dope would that be?
Yeah.
Nah,
Buy a
that's
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
game.
Yeah,
get
I don't know
a free
about
pass for
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man movie.
Because they make
Why
so much
not?
money. They make so
Bro, we're
much money
spending
off
$60,
Spider-Man.
$70.
Dude,
You
if
can't
it
give
wasn't
us a
for
free
this
ticket?
pandemic, Spider-Man No Way Home would have beaten the Avengers Endgame.
That is true.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for this pandemic, they got what are they at Red Hood? They're like what?
Almost 1.8 bill. Almost.
Bro,
if not
they would have
already.
passed. They would have beaten Endgame easy.
Bro,
if they would have had.
Yo, Big Cloud, you think Disney's like looking at Sony like, God damn, they you know what the thing about Sony? They scooped up Spider-Man when like he was in the gutter, right? Like
Yeah.
nobody's really
But think about
now,
this,
like,
Blaze.
Spider-Man
What-
is just blazing hot and everybody wants him.
Yeah.
Did you know that Sony could have paid like a measly like a couple billion for the whole Marvel characters, but they
I
only chose
know.
Spider-Man.
I know.
They knew they saw what was lucrative. Spider-Man.
Bro, they're
Even though
both
all of them are
lucrative.
lucrative. Like the X-Men, once we get into the X-Men, they're gonna be ridiculous in the MCU and in the games, right? With Wolverine. That's why they already got that set up and they're working on that with the game. I really do hope they do something similar to Logan with that Wolverine game. You know what I mean? Like it's just not over the top. Just you know what I mean? Just make it, you know what I mean? Like really make it a love letter to the fans of Wolverine. I would go with that route.
I
easily.
trust Insomniac. I just hope it's
Yeah.
rated where it should be. I hope it's not like
It's mature rated.
okay, but that doesn't mean there's gonna be the amount of gore and blood it should have.
Nah, okay. So you
That's-
want like
that's all, but I
God
trust
of War
them to make
3
it break
levels
it.
of gore type of thing? What
It don't need to be that, but like you're slashing people with, you know what I mean? Like, bro, it got to be gory, man. They damn near got to be dismemberment, but I doubt it. I doubt it.
I mean, shit.
You've been
the
playing too much
MCU
Dying Light too, I think.
I know. God.
Nah, they're
And
trying
Dying
to
Light has
off
these
limbs.
knuckles. Dude, have you seen the Wolverine things you can get in Dying Light?
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Oh,
literally
no.
goes like this, and you can just slice people's face off. It's
Oh
like,
my
dude.
god. No, they're trying to bring Fantastic Four back into relevancy, supposedly with the MCU.
It's the same
don't know,
director
that's
from the Homecoming trilogy.
Oh, I think he can do it then. I can see him doing that. But not much else.
I'm not a big Batman guy. Then look at his shirt. That's funny.
Oh my gosh, Batman! You're killing me, Blaze. I read a lot of
love
comics
Batman.
for Batman,
I like
and
that.
also
Uh-huh. So who's the identity thief?
Oh my gosh, are you shitting me right now?
What's his name? What's the identity thief? Huh?
In terms of what? Are we talking like Hush? Are we talking that?
Yeah. What's his name?
Yes. Yeah, I just said
Now,
Hush.
I got a question for Red Hood, right?
His real name.
Oh my god, he was
his
like
name.
best friend, bro. He was best friends with, bro. Why you keep saying that? Gosh, man. Dude, because like in his backstory, he's a messed up person, by the way. Hush, like he his backstory was like he was gonna be like a doctor and stuff like that, but his parents he wanted money and all that, and his parents were like have this trust fund that they'll give him all the money, but until they pass, and he's like set up and he basically killed them and all this stuff, and it's kind of messed up. To say
Missed
the least.
opportunity though, by the way, in Arkham Knight. I don't know if y'all remember. It was like a side mission, but they didn't play it like a side mission. You go to meet Fox, and like it just cuts to the elevator, and you're walking towards the computer, and it says transfer funds. Like, wait a minute, that's not Bruce, and it's like, oh, it's him. They didn't do anything else. I thought that was going to be like a big story plot for the whole game, but they didn't do anything like that. Missed opportunity. Anyway. Shit. Not much else happened. I mean, what you guys got?
No, I was gonna ask Red Hood what has a better chance, a new Superman game or
a new Superman game
or another Batman game by Telltale, just standalone.
Wait.
The rumor is a Superman game is being made. I don't know how
who?
now it is. Supposedly it's also being made by WB Montreal. So
Just
take that how you feel.
Injustice first person. I mean, not first person, but do a legit story-driven Injustice game. No multiplayer. Just do like you would do a Batman type of game. I think that would work.
But supposedly Rocksteady was wanting to do a Superman game, and they got denied from WB, and then WB Montreal was going to work on it for a bit. Then they didn't like the concept, and then they did Gotham Knights, and then supposedly they like the new concept for Superman, and supposedly that's being worked. I don't know if that's true though. That's like
Superman's
the rumor going around.
Red Hood, because he's got to be able to. He's got to be able to cover ground. Like it's got to be a massive city or a massive, you know what I mean? Like how you know what I mean?
The only thing I could see it, but they're already doing is Brainiac is one thing, like having superpowered people fighting against Superman, but they're already doing it, so it's going to be overused at that point. So you could have Doomsday up there, freaking Zod and the other Kryptonians. That would be smart. Having like Zod with, Kryptonia is not as strong as Zod or Superman with him to fight against Superman, which could be smart. Because I feel like if you go the route of these like criminals all have kryptonite bullets, and I feel like that it's not feasible because kryptonite's rare.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know. Unless they have some crazy twist, like remember Metallo? It's like the villain or something. I don't know. That's interesting how they would do that. Good God, Superman. So many characters to choose from. Go to the chat real quick.
Horizon's coming out, baby. Big stuff.
And,
I wasn't excited. I mean, I was excited, but dude, I'm like, I got Dying Light, and then I got Horizon, but I beat Dying Light, so now like I can relax and be like, you know what, I'm gonna try to beat Horizon before Elden Ring. I don't know if it's gonna happen. If it don't happen,
it's not happening.
It's not gonna happen.
Elden Ring first, and then I'm gonna go to Horizon. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Elden
but
Ring's the first
Hunter,
game
he
I'm
said
beating
you can
by
beat the
touching
game
it.
in 30 hours. It's not like the first Horizon where like you have to like hit main. Like you can just strictly stick with the campaign.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I guess if you put in a lot of hours every day, I'm sure it's possible. But I don't want to just like grind.
I don't want to. I know.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, right?
Just pace it.
Oh,
yeah.
I think another news is the launch. Is it a launch trailer? No, it's like the CGI trailer they normally do with their games. Like showed that she might be flying. So. But you saw like the robot dinosaur that flies like came to her, and then she was like gonna run to jump on it, and then stop there, and like people are like, oh, it's confirmed. But at this point, I think they know what they're doing in terms of marketing. Like I think it might happen. I could be wrong though.
Yeah.
Because everyone's been wanting her to like get a robot dinosaur to fly around the map.
Yeah, I can see that. John the Dom with a $5 super chat. He says, if you do a Superman game, you got to have it away from Earth so Superman isn't OP, and you can tell a story about him struggling to succeed. I mean, yeah, that could work. I mean, if we're talking about realistic, and y'all probably never really watched the movie. I'm not sure if y'all did. You ever see Watchmen?
Sure.
Anybody see Watchmen on there? I think Sony can make Watchmen into a fire game. Low key.
That would be good, but like,
yeah, because they're very grounded
but
superheroes.
the problem is the story is so good in Watchmen. They have to have it that good to justify making a game.
Yeah, that's true.
Sony got other games that they need to prioritize before they randomly make Watchmen. That's just my opinion.
I'm saying Watchmen worked though.
But there was another news that came out that kind of relates to gaming, that the Lord of the Rings series slash game rights and movie rights are up for sale, and starting at like $2 billion.
You're buying Golem?
No, I'm saying I don't care about that. I'm just saying the game rights and the movie rights are up for grabs.
Stay on them, big class. Stay on them.
Anyways, so it would be crazy. Like the big players would be Amazon, Disney, or Sony. I don't think people mention Xbox. The problem is for Xbox, they don't have a movie company, and then they're gonna license out the film rights to another movie. That just doesn't make sense to me. So like those are the big three I can see happening. It'd be interesting. Amazon also like would 100% want to also make games and movies alongside that, which I wouldn't be shocked. Disney would probably also license the games.
Weren't they? They were making a game with Tencent, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. But then that deal ended up falling through. Yeah. So we already know that Amazon wants to make a game, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. So $2 billion. It's going to be a bloodbath. I'm going to tell you that now.
This
It's
market
going to be
is
a bidding
too
war.
crowded. You know what I mean? Like, good luck being Amazon. As much money and resources they got, but like, bro, you look at Nintendo, PlayStation. So those are solidified rocks. Like you're not moving them really. Like, I think I would love to see like standalone boxes, right? That come with games, but they just want to make software, and like I understand that. But
you want
even
the
with Sega, man, like
consoles back, basically.
I would drop to my knees if Sega, like out of nowhere, said, "Yeah, we got Dreamcast 2 coming soon." Like I just feel like I feel like we're missing that other. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I want that too, but that's thinking back to the old Sega. Would you want the modern day set?
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like I was like a big fan of like their AM2, like all their arcade games, right? Like I played Fighting Vipers and Daytona and Sega Rally, all those games, and like that was like one of the biggest appeals for Sega Saturn for me when I got that. It was like the constant stream of all these great arcade games. But I mean I still love Sega, and Sega makes great games, and Atlas makes great games, but I just like at this point I don't see it being appealing.
No. Did anybody see Atomic World? I think that's the name of the game.
Atomic Heart.
Did y'all see the trailer for that?
They showed that off a while ago, and people didn't believe it was real because it looked so spectacular. Yeah. But Atomic Heart is going to be one of those BioShock games that come out of nowhere. It's like a BioShock. I can't even explain it, but it looks. It's like the most unique game I've seen. Like refreshing wise, it's so dope.
It's got elements of iRobot in it, don't you think? With the robots coming at you, like doing that.
Dude, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks really
visually. Really the world, the different. It really looks like that shit got me thinking. Like I hope it comes to light, and I hope because they showed that off a few years ago, I believe, and then it just went quiet. So.
Shit. Aside from that, God, what else was there that happened this week? Because I have a feeling we missed. Oh, CrossfireX.
Anyway, all right, guys.
CrossfireX. Just to end the show here. CrossfireX was the multiplayer was shown, and everybody's playing the multiplayer, and it's not too good. So
saw a bunch of people saying it was like the worst game they played in years, right? Like,
I'm trying to be modest. You put this.
I don't know. Well, I haven't played it yet. I'm not. I was actually interested in playing it before it released, and now I realize what the state it's in. But I've just seen so many people just say it's so bad. What's actually really surprising to me is I thought it was so confusing about how they have, I guess, like 2 different
The
campaigns.
marketing is horrible.
Yeah,
The marketing is just awful. Like I guess like half of the campaign is in Game Pass.
The multiplayer is free. And then like
the
multiplayer,
but there's
no,
2
the
campaigns,
multiplayer is
right?
free, and then there's a 2-hour campaign that's free, and then you have to buy an additional campaign to finish it for $30, which is on sale for $24.
Yeah.
Rev beat the game and reviewed it.
Who the
He had
hell?
to
I don't
pay
know.
$25.
Who the hell?
But the campaign is like the marketing has just been so bad because I don't even know, like, are the 2 campaigns connected? Are they like completely separate stories? Like, but the other thing that's so weird is that Microsoft is publishing this game, right? So why, like, I don't understand why there's a premium game that's not in Game Pass. Like, the Game Pass has been out for years, so obviously this game has been developed with Game Pass
It had
in
to be
mind.
a Remedy thing.
Yeah, like
Maybe they weren't happy
Remedy
with
was
the
like,
money.
we want $30.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just the whole thing's weird, man. If both the campaigns were in Game Pass, then I'd be more inclined, I think, to download it and give it a try. But knowing that half the game's locked out behind a $30 paywall,
yeah, it's weird
for some reason. I
heard the campaign's a decent. It has good pacing from what I've heard, and it's a decent run-of-the-mill first-person shooter. Nothing special, nothing that's gonna like blow your mind. Again, and like the shooting, I hate when games put big X's when you kill somebody, like the big X hit mark. I can't stand that. Like, look, bro, if the guy fell on the ground, he's dead. Like, you don't need to put a big X. It just takes me out of I know it's nitpicking here, but you know, I thought it looked good visually. I didn't think it was like, you know, ugly or anything, but and it's Remedy, so I have some confidence in that too. So it's I don't know, man. It's that marketing's a debacle. Like, it's not on Game Pass PC, it's only on Game Pass console. If you want to continue the story, you got to pay $30. Like, what's the sense of having Game Pass Ultimate? It's a slap in the face. Like,
plus, like, a lot of people were saying that the better campaign is the one behind the paywall.
Damn.
The better half of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, so you can get like an average campaign for free, but the really good one,
it heats up after the
$30
hours. Yeah.
I don't know, like, you know, if it's other publishers, I don't mind if they charge $30 or even more for their games, right? But like, I'm literally complaining just because it's Game Pass, it's Microsoft.
Well, didn't someone else make the multiplayer?
The expectations is it should be in Game Pass.
I thought someone else made multiplayer.
Someone else made multiplayer, and then Remedy made the campaign. Yeah, which is like so shocking to me because like Remedy is so good. Like, what happened here? Is it just because it's a different genre for them that they're just not used to?
Right. And lately, people think of Remedy's a hit and miss. Like, you look at it, like a lot of people either praise Remedy or they just say they're mediocre.
They lost their way type of thing. You know?
So it's like
their games kind of felt similar-ish, right? Like Alan Wake and Quantum Break, right?
I thought Control is the best game they've made in a very long time. I really like Control, destructibility. Way better.
But they have like a pretty they have like a specific vibe to them, right? Like you either like
the slow mo.
You
this
get.
Shit got
Resident Evil will always be there.
This shit got slow mo, just like you know what I mean. It's got slow mo, bro. Like they added that. They brought that aspect into it. It's just weird.
Oh, bullet
like
time.
They can't get away from like the slow mo.
What was that about? Oh, because I was about to bring that up too. Because we didn't get a chance to talk about the last show, since we're pretty much at the end here. I'm gonna bring that up real quick here. So everybody knows Troy Baker. Troy Baker was very vocal about NFTs. He said he was creating his own. And he backtracked on this recently after receiving a bunch of criticism and a lot of blowback from the community, so to speak. Now, beforehand, he basically was all in. He was calling everybody who disagreed with him trolls. But the reaction from the community was so big towards him and his reaction, it got to the point where people legit was like, yo, I'm going to go get a golf club type of thing. That's how people were reacting to his claims and his comments. he backtracked on it. He said he's not going to do
Dude,
it.
you heard
He
Hunter
paused.
last week talking about NFTs. He's like, dude, I gotta retract my statement. Hunter was all over that NFT statement. I mean, you were spot on with it, even though I was like kind of on the other side. But I agree with what you said, dude. It's really not good for gaming. It's like a gambling system, really. You know.
Everybody's trying to get in, and Nintendo was supposed to doing their own, right?
I don't think they said that. They're like
rumors, yeah.
Oh,
they were like, well, no, they had a statement.
They made a
about
comment. Yeah, they made a comment.
They're like, oh, it's interesting, but we're not pursuing it.
I think the more interesting one for me was EA actually seemed like they're backing down. Like, did you guys hear about that? Like, it was like their CEO made a comment about how they have no plans for NFT, and it's just something that they're thinking about and exploring, but they have no intention of rolling anything out.
But Ubisoft's all in.
Which is like, yeah, because you would expect that EA would just be like,
yeah,
let's go.
It's crazy though. Like, it's like EA is the one backing down. Ubisoft is all the way in, which is crazy.
Announced like more NFTs, right? They already had the 25th anniversary NFTs that everyone was complaining about.
I mean, bro, it's always going to be a miss. You know, look, I think majority hate them, but again, if they're not affecting gameplay, I really can't say much about it.
That's the thing with Troy. Like I said NFTs should not be in games, but for his NFTs, it wasn't even having to do with gaming. It was like voice acting work for him, like using his voice and stuff, and then you creating storylines and all this stuff with these NFTs. Like me, it's like I didn't care when I saw the statement. I was like, I told you guys even here, like the only time I'll care about NFTs is like if it invades video games, and that's where I take my stance. But other than that, I don't have like a real hard stance about it after when it comes to gaming. So when Troy said that, I didn't care. I wasn't one of the people that said, don't do that, don't do this. I was just like, it's whatever.
Yep.
Can't state your opinion anymore. Like if that's what he said, that's what he said. Now, if he wants to retract it, that's on him too. But like at the end of the day, bro, like who cares if that's that's his opinion, dude? You ain't gonna grow. This is why a podcast is so great. Just because Hunter likes something, Big Cloud likes something, you know, like if we all agree with each other, that's pretty boring. If you ask me, if everybody agrees with every statement we say, oh yeah, I agree. Like no, like. It's good to form your own opinion. It's okay. Like
also we agree
he's just a big name in the industry, so
So we agree on the God of Souls game? None. I ain't said none.
Big Big Cloud, hold on. Big Cloud, look, he's like, oh, you got the platinum in Bloodborne? I'm like, Big Cloud, let me see your hours. It better be over 200. And granted, he had 327 hours. I was impressed.
Almost 400.
And I was over here like I shut my mouth about it. I went and checked my Bloodborne hours, 427 or something like that. So I was explaining to him, like, Big Cloud, I could have went for the platinum, clearly. I put, a damn 2 months in the game. Like, but yeah, Big Cloud, until you cannot call yourself a Souls guy until you beat Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. That is the Souls. Okay? You're not a Souls guy. You haven't beat Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. Stop calling yourself a Souls guy. That's all I'm saying, dude. I'll see you when Elden Rings. I'm going to whoop you. Beep.
You can say you're a Bloodborne guy.
Yeah, he's a Bloodborne. He's a bootleg Souls guy. Like the Surge and all those bootleg Souls games, like the fake ones, not the Firm Software ones.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Red Hood. What's that other Souls game that looked like Dark Souls, but it wasn't?
I
can't think of it.
I'm trying. There was this one other one that like.
Talking about Mortal Shell?
No,
Mortal Shell was decent.
There was one.
That was a good attempt.
What was it? Lord of the Fallen?
Yep.
Something?
Lord of the Fallen. Yeah, those are the games Big Cloud.
Lord of the Fallen,
I've never played that. What is that?
You got the platinum. I checked last night.
I did not, sir.
That Lords of the Fallen.
Not
it's like
sir.
knockoff Souls game.
Not at all. What was the other game that Red Hood tried to give me? Well, Red Hood got me to play. I forgot what it was.
He didn't even beat it because it was too hard.
What was it Elden?
No, it was Eldest Souls.
Eldest.
It's a boss.
Yeah.
It's a boss rush game.
Oh yeah, indie game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an indie
Pretty
game.
Cool. Salt and Sanctuary. I bought that day one. That was made by like one guy. And his
was that good? I see the sequels coming out on PlayStation.
Awesome game, man. Awesome game. Dope game.
Yeah, it's definitely on my radar.
Yeah, pick it up, man, if you can. Like it's challenging, but once you get used to it, it's really, really well done.
Guys, the one thing that I was like so shocked about, I tweeted just the other day that I saw that the Forspoken got rated by the ESRB, and they mentioned that there's in-game purchases, right? And
Yeah.
that hit the news, and then I tweeted about that, and man, I was like shocked at how much people still hate microtransactions. Like
Yeah.
I was like so close to just deleting the tweet because I was just getting sick of everyone like freaking out, right? Where it's like, first of all, like we don't even know what kind of in-game purchases the game's gonna have. It could be like something as simple as like, you know, pay like $10 to upgrade to the deluxe version. Could be as simple as that. But like Square Enix has a history of having, like, for Final Fantasy VII Remake, you can buy like, you know, different skins and stuff like that, like weapon skins.
All right, don't you know about that? Final Fantasy 14, don't you have all these cool little...
Oh my you're talking
Tale
about the
of Arise.
yeah.
But it's like it was just like I couldn't believe the reception that tweet got. It was like totally unexpected to me. I know that people, you know, they don't love microtransactions, but I didn't realize there's still so much hate for them. And I was like,
wait, you thought the opposite was going to happen? Like, did you expect positive or like negative towards
I was just like, to me, it's just kind of neutral. Like, it's not a big deal. I mean, almost every game we buy has some kind of transaction.
Yeah.
Like, you can buy skins for whatever, especially when it comes to stuff like RPGs and JRPGs. Like, you almost can always buy something, right? And yeah, it was just like, because people were like, again, using the same like the recurring theme of, you know, it's a paid single player game. It's $70. Like, if I don't want to pay $70 and have to spend, you know, another $2 to buy a skin for my character, why can't the skin just be progression within the game? And I mean, like, I agree. I mean, sure, it'd be nice to have a progression, but it's like, though those microtransactions, when I'm playing the games, they never affect my view, right? Like, I played Tale of Arise, and it was absolutely amazing, and the fact that there's, you know, nickel and diming microtransactions that I could purchase, like, it didn't make me be like, oh man, like, this game's like 9 out of 10, but microtransactions, I'm gonna give it like a -3, so maybe I'll give it a 6, right?
Yeah, that is.
I don't know. It's just like,
I would say I also think it's just costumes, because I don't remember, especially with a big game like that and FF7 Remake, to like, oh, if you pay $10, like Assassin's Creed, for instance, what was it?
They never
I think it was Odyssey or something, to like get XP boosters. It wasn't anything like that. It's just like, oh, you get some costumes and this and that. So I really think it's pre-order bonuses / you know, buying some costumes for
totally.
the main character, because
that's
it's
how
like,
it started,
doesn't make
right?
sense.
But it's
Pre-order
like
bonus. That's how it started. Pre-order, get this exclusive skin.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was like, hey, if it's a, you know, free to play game, man, it's a free to play game, man. You know, support the developers. Like, that was always the excuse. Like, people always say, like, if you're buying that shit, it's a free to play game, man. Like, I didn't pay any money, you know. So it's like, it's never gonna change. I don't think it's going anywhere, honestly. I really don't.
Like, I think what surprised me the most is just everyone sort of having these like wild imaginations of what it is, right? And for me, it's just kind of like, I'll just wait and see. Like, it's people were commenting about like, oh, like they introduced like Ubisoft XP that you can buy, and like, so the game's going to be unbalanced. And I was just like, man, like, you guys are like making up these like crazy stories where it's like, we don't, just sit tight for another month and then we'll figure it out. Like we talked about, it's probably just upgrading to the deluxe version or buying some skins. Like, it's probably nothing to get so worked up about. But man, now I know, like, anytime I tweet about microtransactions in games, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be like super sensitive and like make sure that I word it exactly.
Forewarning, man. Persona 6 is gonna have a bunch of costumes as well. Don't even say it. Don't be like, yo, a bunch of costumes for like $50 for all the costumes. It's the same thing with Royal, Persona 5 Royal. I had a bunch of costumes and a lot of money to pay for.
Like in my tweets, I'm probably gonna put in brackets like, oh, it probably just means costumes or something like.
Exactly, you got to put that.
You don't need to freak out. It's not gonna be Ubisoft XP. You're buying.
Nah, because
Bro,
you
you know
you
who's the
open the door
kings
for
at
the
doing
other
that?
people who know everything.
Yo, Big Cloud, Call of Duty. Watch the next Call of Duty. Mark my words. Every year, Call of Duty drops their game. You go to the store, and there's nothing for you to buy. They always do it at launch. So people review the game. There's no microtransactions.
Yep.
Give it a fucking week or two, and it's filled
overflowed.
with micro. But when they launch the game, there's nothing for you to buy other than support the troops.
Then it gets more aggressive and
they
weird.
did that for I think Crash Bandicoot too, right? I remember the.
Yep.
I remember the remake didn't have microtransactions, but then later on they just
like
added
later
it in.
on after I
Like
patched it.
silently sneak it in.
Oh, they do that shit all the time.
And it was
At
a
least
secret map. It was an old map from the OG.
Game and they're ready, bro. They got anything you need ready to buy. Like, fuck it. At least give it up to Ubisoft. At least they come out saying, yeah, we got them, bro. Day one.
Yeah.
But Activision just sneak their way in, man. It's hilarious.
Remember you had to buy the announcers? Remember that? Snoop Dogg and Donovan Sargent? You remember that?
Well, at least like
the announcers.
Yeah, at least Ubisoft respects the fans enough to just be upfront about it. And then there's also like most of the games have an actual shop that's usually labeled shop, right? So they don't hide it
at all.
that,
like you can buy resources for all the Assassin's Creed games like on the right side before going out and like finding it naturally. It's like
I'm trying to think. Name me a company that don't add microtransactions like ever, and you know which one of them that never? I could just off the top of my head. It's Firm Software, bro. They
don't need to. Actually, no, they did. They did.
No, they didn't. Listen, that was Blue Point with Demon Soul saying if you pre-order, you get this shit. That wasn't Firm Software. Okay. Number two.
Then they have.
You know how much shit they could sell? How many swords and armor types they could easily sell in the store? Like, bro,
they have expansions. I think you're talking.
They have
about
expansions.
Yeah. I know. So,
but okay, nobody complains about expansions.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, they were awesome.
I know it's a broad word where you put expansions, DLCs, Mike skins and costumes. It's all in one. But like, let's be real. Like, people are mad about the bullshit, the XPs and the skins. They're not really mad about extra content. Like, at least I don't think they are as much.
Yeah.
The other company I would mention, dude, people hate them right now, but they don't have microtransactions. If I recall, a CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
I like how you can hear a pin.
They don't, and they could have easily dipped Cyberpunk. Id Software.
Listen, all the hate they got for Cyberpunk. To be fair, they don't have any microtransactions.
I mean, the game didn't survive to have it.
Yo, Doom Eternal is giving you a free skin every month.
No, didn't Doom start getting microtransactions recently?
They did. They had pre-order bonuses. I'm not going to say they didn't.
No, not even pre-order. Didn't they start adding stuff afterwards? That's what I was wondering.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
they're under Microsoft.
People are making comments like that to me. But like with my tweet, they were like, "Yeah, why can't it be like Doom and give me free skins?" And then they said, everything should be like Miles Morales or Spider-Man, where they're still giving out free skins for that, right?
Oh my God, Nathaniel Williams, he just brought up mobile games, bro. I'm at YouTube and I'm like falling asleep. I mean, I'm at my work falling asleep watching YouTube videos. Sometimes it's slow. And dude, every video I watch, they're riddled with mobile games commercials. Like there's commercials with dude, every fucking commercial is a mobile game, a different one. With multiple YouTubers like talking about it. Oh, I got this card. It's like, yo, are people really playing this shit? Like. This the amount of money they spend in marketing making these commercials, like is mobile gaming really like these games are fucking trash. They're all the same game. They're all of them. They're all like they're the same game with a different skin on it. I don't know who's playing mobile games out there seriously like that. I really don't. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, you guys play Hunter. You play mobile games on the toilet? Maybe?
Listen,
dude, I used to download the Nintendo ones. So
yeah, that's different.
Like Super Mario Run, I downloaded.
Yeah, but that's
and like
quality
Fire Emblem.
shit, dude.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah. Like Pokemon Go, I played that for a while.
I did. I can say that too. It was Pokemon Go, but that was a long time ago.
Oh my God. Raid Shadow Legends is a plague. Yeah.
I'll be playing that
all the
Steam
time,
games mobily. Raid Shadow, dude. Blaze, I'm surprised you didn't even contact them so you could get paid. Just put it like every time before your podcast.
What do you think? I'm a sellout?
Raid Shadow Legends here.
think I'm a sellout?
Great
Actually,
game.
You know what? I'm actually going to
$500
contact
an
them.
episode? I think you would.
How much?
$500 an episode?
They actually pay quite a bit. I'm like shocked by the amount of money they pay for
per video or episode.
Bro, I will promote that game till I'm blue in the face.
Look at this now. He changed the tune, boys. Sellout
Get
confirmed.
Ray Shadow Legend tattooed on his arm. There you go. I'm rocking.
But the thing is, like you're contractually like obligated for like the rest of your videos though. Like they put you in a contract, so you have to do it.
I could picture like me bringing up, guys. Hold on. Rev's like, there's no super chats. No, I gotta promote Raid Shadow Legends on now.
Yo,
Like,
I think he'd be so mad at you. He'd be like, dude,
He'd be so mad, bro.
Wow, not that. Because we do have a sponsor, for those of you that don't know. Check out HexGaming. Coupon code BigCloudGaming. 15%
No.
off.
Check out HexGaming coupon code Blaze4K.
Wrong camera.
That's the link you want to.
Wrong camera.
Yeah. Dude, wrong camera.
Wrong camera, fool.
Oh, this camera. Sorry.
Wrong camera, fool.
I got 4 cameras, dude. So.
That's funny.
That and also gaming Cobra if you want LEDs for your PS5. There you go. Big Cloud Gaming.
Fire. Yeah, that was a fire, bro. You gotta, that shit. Your PS5 is cool.
Well, guys, that's pretty much the show. Not much really happened this week. I mean, a few things we went over. Appreciate everybody who came through. Do me a huge favor. Let's get 100 likes before we end this stream. I want to shout out everybody that came through. Thank you very much. It was fun, as always. What up, Medina? I see you. Oh, wait. He's not here.
Yo, I don't know who you were. I was like, yo.
Medina, what?
I was like, where's this dude at?
I got a text message.
Oh, he's seen the mask.
Yeah. I saw that, and then I got a text at the same time. Here's my phone up. All right.
Big Cloud, you don't charge your phone anyway.
How dare you? How dare you?
I've called Big Cloud 10 times.
dare
His
you.
phone's been off all 10 times.
Damn.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I get stabbed in the back. I turn around for 1 second. Stabbed.
That's
every
that,
time.
bro. That's just telling you to charge your phone,
No,
bro.
you kill me. You kill me every time. You just try.
I answer you guys back all the time.
Lies. It takes you 3 weeks to answer. Stop. Red Hood.
Yes, sir.
Am I lying? How long does it take Blaze to respond to phones? Let's go.
Listen, man. Sometimes, dude, maybe Blaze has like better shit to do. I don't know.
Oh
Man.
my god.
You're a good man, right?
Taking a shit or something.
Oh,
I don't know,
scared.
bro.
You're over scared of Blaze. What's going
He's
on?
not scared. He just respects his friends,
Hey,
unlike
you.
you.
Been scared of
okay?
off air. I've been seeing what you've been doing.
Oh man.
You've been scared of off air. All right. Let's do these outros, man. Blessing us with his red Batman shirt.
Oh man.
Mr. Red Hood. 420. What can they
Some
find?
days I truly wonder when you'll stop with the cringe, but this episode was really, really good. Compared to the last episode, that was A plus.
Be better.
A plus. Well, like listen, make sure to hit the like button, guys. We provide some quality content for you guys. Make sure to sub to everybody, follow everybody, and check out me at Reddit 420, and also on Twitch as well, Reddit 420, Twitter Reddit 240, and also guys in the chat. Let Big Cloud, everyone in terms of viewers, let Big Cloud know that he should watch more anime. He just doesn't want to become a DJ.
Oh,
This man, he got some good anime taste. Get this man.
Let me go ahead and mute his mic. Hold on. Let me just right click him.
There you go.
Over here in the top left, or top right, sorry, got Mr. Blaze 4K. What up? Over here with his shades on. Thinking he's cool.
Right.
You're so cool, man. All that stuff in the background. You're so cool.
Listen,
you got a transparent.
I showed up
so
late
cool.
for you, dude. I wasn't even gonna show up, but I have a headache too. But I can't. Ever since we got a full panel, cause it used to be just me and Big Cloud, but I don't want to let Hunter down. He's, and Red Hood's you guys are taking time from your day, so I had to show up. But I apologize. I was late. I had to take care of some stuff, but I'm kind of pissed off. I missed all the the Call of Duties, all those topics, but we'll get it back. It seems like every Friday there's like a big, every Friday like clockwork there's something big coming out. So, I appreciate everybody's time. I appreciate the chat. Hit the like button, Hunter, Red Hood, Big Cloud, appreciate you guys.
Yo, I like that. He called you a smooth criminal.
Absolutely, got to be that way.
And last but not least, we got Hunter, man. Thanks for coming through, brother. Tell them where they can find you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, always fun to be here. You guys can check me out on Twitter, Next Gen Player. This was a great show. We had lots of cool things to talk about, and I think just to show you how dedicated we are to this, next week is the launch day for Horizon. But I guess we're gonna be here, eh, guys?
Oh yeah, we're here. We're here.
It's gonna. I'm gonna tell you, man. It's gonna be. I'm excited, but it's gonna be tough, man. I'm gonna want to jump in as soon as we hit that done button. I'm racing out. I'm
Everybody's
playing some more Horizon.
Everybody's going.
Wait, Hunter, do you get? Never mind. I didn't want to ask you that. Okay, but yeah,
we can chat. We can chat.
Wait, so Horizon comes out Friday?
Comes out next week, man.
Next week.
It's the 18th. The 18th.
Next week.
That's 1 week away.
And then the embargo lifts the 14th.
It's on 14th, and then I guess the week after is Elden Ring, right?
Yep. The 25th.
Friday again?
On the
I
25th.
told
Yo,
you,
listen,
dog.
Big Cloud.
I told you, dog.
No,
I told you.
Police wants
Thursday. Are
out.
we gonna do it on Thursday?
Police wants out.
We can definitely do an early show Thursday.
Dude, it's gonna. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be hard to.
We can definitely do an early show for Elden Ring.
Dude, Horizon Friday,
Yeah.
Elden Ring Friday?
And my wallet's gonna hurt. Those two games, along with my Steam Deck, like I gotta finish the order the 25th. That's gonna be like,
We could.
it's gonna hurt my
We
wallet.
could just be like
No, we'll
Blaze
do
and
Horizon.
we'll play as we're talking.
yeah,
Ah, come on.
Pull out the controller.
That
Just be
was
like,
wrong, Hunter. That was tough.
Just looking at La La Land over here killing zombies. Everybody's on top.
No, I can't wait for Horizon. I'm really excited for Horizon all of a sudden. I don't know why.
Nah, that was like the BG moment of the podcast. I remember BG did that with the damn Switch at one point when it first came out. It's playing the damn Switch.
Yeah, man, I can't wait.
Oh my God.
I'm actually more excited for Elder. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
like,
saying that's it. That's
Mom,
what
I wish so
That's
bad
where
that
it's at.
Elden was next week and Horizon was the week after.
I'm gonna be
Horizon's taking a
excited.
back seat. I'm
But
sorry.
man.
I love it, but it's taking a back seat for me.
I can't believe you said that, Hunter. I'm shocked you said that. Wow.
Man, it's from.
yes, sir.
It's from, man. It's just I'm gonna put hundreds of hours into this game, man. Like I need it right now.
There you
Dude,
go.
we're co-op in this game. We're gonna fight some bosses together. All right?
You said you guys could play the game while doing the stream. We could,
Look
but
at
the
Big
thing
Cloud.
is, Big Cloud doesn't want to commit to it because he's already got his eyes, his mindset on Elden Ring. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, that's the show. Appreciate everybody who came through. Glad everybody had fun as always, and we'll see you guys next Friday. Of course, everybody, we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you guys next week. We out of here.